What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Shopper channel, coming to you with another edition of Ladies, Leans, Likes, and Locks. We're back, baby. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. You become apprised whenever great betting content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. The All-Star break, it was a long one. 1 week off. What'd you do without me? Did you go outside? Did you touch grass? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what I did. I played a little golf. Walked around the house, just muttered to myself. Let's be serious. I missed this a lot, but we've got 9 games to bet on here on Thursday. I've got some great plays in store for you. But first, if you haven't signed up at DraftKings, you have a great opportunity. Bet $5, win $150 on any sport right now. All you have to do, bet $5 on a pregame money line. We're going to find the biggest college basketball favorite for you on Thursday. I've got a play for you. You just plug that one in, get yourself $150 to play on any sport that you possibly want. So you can play, highlight if they have lines available for that. I don't know why they would have high lines, but you never know. It's a sport. I can't believe I just threw that one out there, but I'm just excited is what it's getting down to. 9 games, lots to get to. Let's just get to the pick, shall we? We are officially back, and we are back in style as the Nuggets head east to take on the Cavs. Marquee matchup. No Aaron Gordon for this one, and although he's listed as questionable, Jamal Murray is expected to suit up for Denver. From the Cleveland side, Kevin Love shipped off to Miami. Good for him. And Ricky Rubio is out for rest purposes. Nothing that really moves the needle in a considerable way on that side, but I'm sure we're bound to get some bonkers news from some team today. Yeah, I can't predict that here. Maybe it's this spot. But assuming the Cavs are a full go otherwise, which would assume so, I'm really torn on whether we go back to our triple-double cash cow, Nikola Jokic in this spot. The Twin Towers on the interior, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, confirmed good at defense, confirmed not a joke at it. Kind of makes this line kind of a joke. Denver, with Murray back, is dangerous, don't get me wrong, but I certainly like laying 2.5 on the Cavs here at home, as I have this around the 4.5 range, and it is a line that's outside of the key number of 3. So, we start the day off with a bet, and hey, maybe Jamal Murray gets ruled out from nowhere. It's happened a couple times now. So why not? Cleveland, minus 2.5. I like it. To Indiana for Celtics Pacers. That All-Star game was a joke, unless you're just an irrational Boston fan who wants to read into more than it was. Cool, your 2 best players scored a lot of points in a glorified shoot-around. Whoop-de-doo, Basil, what does it all mean? Answer next to nothing, I hate it. Anywho, on to real basketball for this evening. Yay, welcome back. Entire Celtics roster, they're really healthy. They're really good. Hey, so are the Pacers. Oh, healthy, not good. They're not missing anyone, so it's a perfectly efficient ball game, which I'm sure you know by now if you've seen my program before. No bet for me here, although books really can't decide on a number here, as I'm seeing some 7.5s and some 8.5s around the marketplace. But considering I have this line right at 8, that doesn't do a damn thing for me. So, the bet that strangely looks the best for me in this one is the under on Jaylen Brown, 2.5 threes at even money. But boy, am I not enthusiastic about it. Basically a write-off of a game. Just like that was an all-star write-off. Whatever, we move along. Well, if it isn't my 2 darling basketball teams facing off after the break, the Detroit Pistons. Been betting them a lot with props. Magic. We've mainly been riding them as an undervalued squad for weeks on end. But who's ready to go back to old trusty? Anyone? Yeah, you know what it is. It's Bojan time. But not the way you think it is, because I am, of all things, about to lock the over on his rebounds prop of 3.5. For one, he plays massive minutes in competitive games, and this is what that projects out to be. But more importantly, James Wiseman now plays for the Pistons, and he played a lot more than I was expecting against the Celtics at his debut. Like, we're talking a complete timeshare with Jalen Duren right out of the gate. Now, it wasn't a competitive game, so maybe that doesn't hold true here long term, but I think there's at least a good enough chance that that's something we can expect going forward. And for every minute Duren is not on the floor with his 14% offensive rebound rate and 25% defensive rebounding rate, both 90th percentile rebound rates in the NBA for what it's worth, that's time that Wiseman and his 8% offensive rebounding rate is on the floor. Sure, different circumstances for him, different team, lots has changed for Wiseman. And their defensive rebounding rates, his endurance, are about identical this season. So that part of it's a bit of a write-off, even though that's generally the biggest projection that goes towards rebounds. But he's a significantly worse rebounder than Wiseman on the offensive end. And even that slight uptick to the rest of the team makes Bojan one of the better bets on the entire board, considering 1, he already averages 3.7 boards per game. 2, Detroit plays so many uncompetitive games that 32 minutes that he averages has room to go up. And 3, this is juiced inside of standard juice at minus 104. I have this being more efficient around minus 130. So head there, head to FanDuel, where this line is, lock this puppy up, and enjoy the new era of Bojan. May he forever reign, our king, Bojan Bogdanovic, over 3.5 rebounds. I'm a little bit sad about this, but you know what? Money's money, and we're going to bet $5 over at DraftKings right now. Win yourself 150 in bonus bets right now with Oral Roberts against South Dakota. Yes, for those who don't know, I'm originally from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, just south of us, Vermilion, South Dakota, host of the University of South Dakota. They're going to go play in this nice little dome that, I don't know, it used to be fun to go to and play basketball when I was a kid. Nostalgia. It's dead to me today because Oral Roberts, you bet $5, you're going to get yourself 150 in bonus bets by taking them on the money line up against the South Dakota State Coyotes. Yes, it is pronounced Coyotes. This Coyotes stuff, that makes no sense to me. So, just letting you know, Oral Roberts, they're going to bash their faces in, bet $5, get 150, signing up in the video description box below. If you have a gambling problem, please call Win 800 Gambler. They're going to win now. It's stupid. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not. Oral Roberts is going to beat... Anyway, everybody's a South Dakota State fan now in the state of South Dakota. National championship in football this season, anyone? Nobody cares. Back to the NBA picks. Speaking of not caring, oh boy, let's hit next on this one. Should be an incredible actual basketball game between the Grizzlies and Sixers, but only Steven Adams, who's been out for a while, and Luke Kennard on the injury report for either team. Yeah, perfectly efficient all the way around. I'm stalling for time just so that the bottom bar doesn't make it seem like I don't care about Philadelphia, because Philadelphia fans are irrational. Literally no notes here. If you force me to take anything, I'll take the under on the hefty 11.5 assists for James Harden, but I really don't like it. I don't really like it at all, but it's my best bet. It's my model. Just looking at my model. Truly miserable game for betting. Under 11.5 assists. Just a lean. Love you, Philly. Next up is Pelicans in Toronto taking on the Raptors. Zion Williamson still out, of course. And OG Anunoby questionable for the Raptors, though. Yet another game that's a bit of a write-off for some, although I am in a bit of a disagreement on this line. See, Toronto acquired a really good actual basketball player in Jakob Poeltl at the deadline. He's an advanced analytics darling, and Toronto's been apt to throw their size around and play Pascal Siakam at the 3. You could go to whomever. I mean, if OG Anunoby, he'll go to the 3, Pascal will go to the 4. I think Poeltl just stays in this starting lineup. It's a team I sort of like the construction of. You put Precious Achiuwa out there in the starting lineup if OG sits, and based on them holding on to OG at the deadline, I think they believe defensively that they might be able to ground out some wins come playoff time with defense, ride Siakam and Fred VanVleet on the offensive side. Of course, the East is so stacked, so that might be a pipe dream, but they are constructed eerily similar to that Atlanta Hawks team from 2 years back that made a surprising run to the Eastern Conference Finals, so not out of the question. But this is the most meager of likes I have on the board here. I'm happy to lay the 5.5 on the Raptors here, as I'd like OG to sit up for me to really back this number. If not, it's probably more of a coin flip, and such is life. But the people want bets, and this one is better than most. Better than most. Better than most. Shout out Gary Koch's call of Tiger Woods at number 17 to TB Scotgrass. That was good stuff. Also, check out the Odd Shopper Golf channel. Doing coverage for that for the Honda Classic. By the time you listen to it, it's probably going to be locked, but just in case, check it out every single week. Doing my golf stuff now. But anyway, we're talking NBA. I like the Raptors at this number, as they're just barely good enough to make this card happy. 5.5, we go on. The Mavericks are still looking for that elusive first win with both Kyrie and Luka sharing the floor. And safe to say it's a soft landing spot, and they're going to do that against the Spurs here. Perhaps the softest of landing spots possible, because the Spurs, having shipped off the guy I just talked about, Jakob Poeltl, he's gone. no longer with the team. He's playing for Toronto. They have zero desire to win basketball games. They're playing guys like Devonta Graham, who they acquired for whatever reason. I don't know why they have Devonta Graham on this team. Can somebody explain to me why they have Devonta Graham? I guess because he's an NBA player. Jeremy Sokan, he is going to be questionable for this one. If he sits, you got Trey Jones, who's doubtful. So you're probably getting a lot of Devonta Graham here. Oh, boy. I mean, Mavericks are just going to sledgehammer. Going to be absolute murder, but not good enough. 13.5, don't really want to be looking at that. I do think the over is kind of appealing, but it's not going to make the card as of right now. The over is where I'm leaning at. I think Kyrie Irving on the floor, getting rid of Dorian Finney-Smith. I talked about that. Defensive specialist. He's off to Brooklyn with all the defensive specialists, so that's interesting. 234.5 feels a little bit low for my taste with Kyrie on the floor, but not good enough that I'm going to be hitting a like button on it yet. This game's far more intriguing than I expected it to be, 6 months ago, but we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Utah Jazz, and you kind of know the situation. Utah shipped out Mike Conley. They moved Jared Vanderbilt. They sent out Malik Beasley. Russell Westbrook's never going to play a game for them. He's now going to play for the Clippers, so we found out that. Oklahoma City's way better than we thought they would ever be in a million years, and they have a bunch of prospects or a bunch of draft picks and a lot of stock and a lot of opportunity. Maybe they get Victor Wembanyama. They'd be really fun to watch. I don't know. Chet Holmgren. I just wish he was playing for this team right now. It would be epic, but that'll be next year. Looking forward to that. Hopefully his foot heals up nicely. That OKC team is just going to be so fun to watch next season. But in this spot, we're going to go to my favorite basketball player playing in this game, not named SGA, and that is rookie Walker Kessler. My God, he's been playing great alongside Kelly Olynyk and now been getting north of 32 minutes a night. I expect that offensive profile to go up, especially in spots like this, where Oklahoma City, you're going to bash their faces in on the interior. Jalen Williams, the ALIN version of Jalen Williams, Jalen Williams I, as we've talked about. They've got Robinson Earl back, playing minutes again. Don't really care. He's terrible defensively. Kenrich Williams, they're not going to put Walker Kessler. That would just be absurd. But what I'm getting at is that I like the over of 11.5 points here. I do think Lauri Markkanen coming off of All-Star Weekend, yay, good vibes, everything's great. But for me, this game should just be moving. You look at the total, 240. You look at the interior, not good. Walker Kessler, I projected for around 13 points, and that's good enough for one of these suckers. So, like button, thumbs up. 2 games to go. Don't forget to hit that like button. Appreciate you all being back. Hopefully you're enjoying the NBA analysis. Oh, it's just so good to be back. And this one would be way more fun if we had Steph Curry, but we don't. Golden State in LA taking on the Lakers, and this Lakers starting 5, I'm scared to say it. Are they good? I think they might be good. Look at the shooting that they somehow found that they turned Russell Westbrook into. I'm very, very confused how they were able to pull this off. But all you needed to do for LeBron James and Anthony Davis was find shooters. They somehow found a guy in Malik Beasley and D'Angelo Russell. How is this the starting 5? Jared Vanderbilt, also a serviceable big in this league. Well, he plays a small 4 basically, but played 22, 28 minutes here a night. We're going to see him in purple and gold kind of make a difference. I kind of like a couple of the pieces. I like Schroeder coming off the bench. This is a really, really dark horse Western Conference team right now, and never thought I would say that when they were sitting in Russell Westbrook purgatory all of about 2 weeks ago. But that's the NBA for you. It can change on a dime. In the Western Conference, it is way, way down. But none of that helps us for tomorrow. Why do I pay attention to this starting 5? Because I legitimately think surrounding LeBron with shooters is the key ingredient here. I love backing the Lakers on the money line here. They're inside of minus 200. I know a lot of you people, all you parlay people, you're all out there. I see you. I see you in my comments, my DMs. Eric, does this look good? Well, this looks good to me, okay? I understand 5.5 projects out around 7 for me, but I think this is actually called value. Minus 195. I have this closer to minus 240. That is a massive, massive discrepancy. So if you don't feel comfortable laying, 200 to win 100 here in this kind of a spot, such is life. I totally get it. But this needs to be a parlay piece. Could actually put it together with Sacramento in the next game. Why don't we just head to that one, shall we? Last game of the night, just talked about it a second ago, Portland taking on the Sacramento Kings. 239.5, another total that's going to move it. Going to be absolute crazy offense there. Sacramento still first in adjusted offensive rating in the NBA this season. Yay, analytics. Bad for Portland, let me just say, because they don't have a couple of pieces. One being Anthony Simons, who turned his ankle right before the deadline, grade 2 sprain. That's a boo-boo. That's not fun. As if Damian Lillard needed more usage. And then Yusuf Nurkic continuing to be out there as well. Not that it really matters. They kind of have been writing him off this season. I don't completely understand that relationship. I find Nurkic to be a pretty good big. They don't. So good times. Drew Eubanks, you're the future. But looking at Sacramento, this isn't necessarily where I'm going at. I do like Sacramento as far as the money line play that you could combine with the Lakers if you so felt apt to. But Damian Lillard, over 4.5 rebounds. I just talked about Drew Eubanks being out there. Kind of like the over of his 17.5 points plus rebounds plus assists as well, just for what it's worth. Sitting a little bit behind this play, though. But Damian Lillard is going to play a lot of minutes coming down the stretch here. He's not getting any younger there in Portland. He doesn't have Simons out there. He's putting up 40 a night. But he has started to really rebound the basketball. He's had double-digit rebounds in 2 of his last 4, multiple 7 and 8 rebound games. This just happens when you're on the floor a lot, playing 38, 40 minutes a night, trying to get your team to the playoffs. This Western Conference is wide open. Damian Lillard, over 4.5 rebounds. Looks pretty good to me. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. You know what to do. Head to that comment section below. Let me know how much you missed me. Let me know how much happier you are now that I'm back in your life. Oh, finally, the All-Star break's over. We have Lindy's Leans, Likes, Locks back in our lives. Or you can make fun of me and just tell me my plays suck. But either way, 3-0 last Thursday to leave it off. Let's just try to run the table again, run rampant. Head up to that premium Discord in the video description box below. I'll be uploading my premium betting card there every single day before 6 p.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Get your hands on that. It's been really, really profitable the last couple months. Lots of happy people there in the comment section. Love to see it. We're going to keep the momentum going. But also bet $5, win 150. Oral Roberts going to beat up on South Dakota. Just is what it is. Money. It doesn't know friends, doesn't know your childhood, stuff like that. So just go get that $150, please. Go do that. And if you have a gambling problem, don't forget, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Alrighty, y'all. I'll be back on Friday to round out the week. Until then, I'm Eric Lindquist. Good to be back with you. Good luck in the NBA streets on Friday. Thursday. Thursday is what it is.